So I'm going to buy this garri and come back. So this very garri I've seen, this basin, this full basin here, goes for 5,000 naira, the red one. Meanwhile, if it's the white one, it goes for 4,000 naira. You can see how cheap it is, very, very cheap. By the time they buy it and package it and bring it to us in town, in the city, this they can sell it up to 100k. This 5,000 naira you're seeing. Alright, so right now I'm going to try to fry the garri and test it out myself so you guys can see how it goes. Alright, let's go and try this. Madam, I'm not finished your garri. That's a while I'm garri. Normally in this part of this world, in this town, they are using broom to fry, but you can also use this to fry if you want, or use a stick. So in other part of IGBO, we use stick sometime, or we use this. So I'm going to switch to this to show you how it's done. So you can switch to this, and then you fry this way. Alright? You fry it like this. Today's video, we'll take a look at the process of producing garri locally in Nigeria, starting right now. Okay, so the process of actually producing garri begins from farms like this. This is a cassava farm, all right? So the cassavas are actually harvested from farms like this. Normally you can see the cassava is long that way, but by the time you want to go into planting, it's actually now cut out like this. Okay, so it's cut out small like this. You can see what this young man is holding here. Okay, so this one you can see here is in the basin. So normally once they cut it out, then you now take it to the farm. So you actually now cut it out. The cassava stems are cut out this way, and then now taken to the farm. And then when they take it to the farm, so this is like a farm right here. So you now put it inside the soil. So let me show you. This is it. You put it inside the soil this way, and then you plant. Right. So this is how all of these ones you see all around here has been planted. So there you can see cassava. Here you can see cassava growing up. There's another cassava growing up. All cassavas are all growing up here. Okay, so that's the process of actually planting the cassava, and then the cassava again is harvested and then processed and turned to garri. And then the same stick is cut out and then replanted again all throughout the whole season. All right, so right now let me show you how cassava have been actually uprooted from the ground and bagged. So right here is how you uproot the cassava. So as you can see, okay, so this cassava has been uprooted. So this is the raw cassava. So this is how you now remove it one by one. Okay, awesome. Okay, so you can see this is the raw cassava. This is how it is. This is how it looks like. So after this cassava has been uprooted, then it's actually now taken out of the farm, where they will now peel out the leaves. After you peel out the back. After they peel out the back, then it's grounded, and then the process of the frying and all of that. All right, so I'm going to take you through all of the process, but this is the first process. This is how real cassava looks like. All right now, so this is the cassava. So after it has been uprooted from the farm and then brought back home, so this is how you actually start to peel it. So this is the manual way of actually doing it. You can actually do it with a machine, but this is the manual way. So some people do like this. Yes, you peel it out, or you can use your knife this way. I still remember my village life. Jay.
Like this way, they use the tomato.
Okay, so this is how we remove it. Okay.
After removing it, you can grind out from the engine.
Okay, you can grind from the engine. I'm done peeling mine. Come close. Come close, so let me show you. They buy layer or emeshagomia. But I got this in now. Many come. Hey!
Africa for a red ring. Oh, I did say, I let bang bang go.
I am from Igbo, but I did not understand what she said.
You cannot hear this Abakaliki. She's speaking Abakaliki.
Oh my God!
She said that it is peeled. It's left over for another process.
It is what?
Peeled. Peel the back. So it's left to go and grind.
Another process. Okay, so now it's from there now.
Yes.
For another process will now begin.
Yes.
Which is the grinding process.
They wash it.
Okay, so the next process is to wash.
To wash.
After you wash,
Now-
then you now go for the grinding.
Yes.
Now, once they are done with the peeling of the cassava, the next process is usually to wash it up. And after washing it, they take it to a grinding machine where it is actually grinded, which is what I'm going to show you guys right now. Okay, so at the grinding machine, you find out that the women actually just remove it and put it into some kind of a grinder, which the grinder himself will continue to press the cassava using a plank or whatever he decides to use. And then until the cassava is actually properly grinded. And once the cassava is grinded, you find out that the grinded cassava now comes out from the ground, which, like you can see, this woman is removing it using her hand at the moment. So once that process is finished, then the next thing basically would be to actually put the cassava flour that have been grinded right now into a bag. So basically, once you grind the cassava flour, it turns white. But some garri actually are red and not white. So if you want to get the red one, so what most people do is that once they finish grinding it, they now add a little bit of oil into it. Alright. So they will now add a little bit of oil into it. So by the time the cassava flour is now removed, you find out that it becomes red in color, and then you can now fry it, and then that's how you get the red garri. Alternatively, you can actually add the oil at the process of frying. Once the cassava has been grinded and completed, so what happens is that they put it in the bag, they bag it up, and so once they bag it up, once it is bagged, then it is put in kind of a presser here like this. So they put sticks on it and then press it down. So the essence is to remove the water from the cassava flour. So once the cassava water has been removed, the cassava flour becomes dry and strong, and that takes a period of like 1 day using this period. Sometimes it takes like 2 days, but minimum of 1 day. So that is done. So it's after that process that it is now removed and then taken down to the next process, which is to fry that cassava flour and turn it to garri. So right now we are doing the sieving of the garri. So this is how it's actually being done. All right. So this is what this young man is doing. So what you do is like this. You sieve the garri.
Yes.
This is what we are doing, as you can see. So normally this is where you pack. You remove this from remove this from the bag, and then you put it in here, and then you fold it, pieces it like this, and then you grind this. So you can see the one that is produced. This is how the raw garri looks like first, but now it has not been fried. Then after this process, then we'll now go into the frying. Right now, so the next part after this has been done is actually to now fry the garri, which is what this madam now is actually doing. So I'm just going to show you guys how it's been done. This is the garri that is being fried right now. That is what you see mommy is doing. Mommy, because what are you teaching here, garri? Okay. Okay, and oba. Okay, so the garri can be fried using this. This is called oba, or using this broom. Okay, you call broom aziza in Igbo language. Okay, well, I think on the Ebonyi they use aziza because in the Banya they use aziza.
I use it, but I'm not using on can use on.
Okay. Right, so this is the red Garri, and this Garri is a little bit more expensive than the white one because of the red. It's more nutritious. All right, and one thing is this Garri actually you're also seeing is very, very different from most of the ones that we buy in Abuja, in other parts, in the cities. It's very, very different. It's very nutritious. It's very nice. It's better than what you get packaged and sold, in supermarkets and all of that. This guy is extremely sweet. My God. So I'm going to buy this guy and come back. So this very Garri I've seen, this full version here goes for 5,000 naira, the red one. Meanwhile, if it's the white one, it goes for 4,000 naira. You can see how cheap it is. Very, very cheap. By the time they buy it and package it and bring it to us in town, in the city, they can sell it up to 100k. This 5,000 naira you're seeing. Hey, you can't talk them. Jesus. People are missing. I'm going to village. I'm going to village. Jesus. The taste of this Garri is so different from what we eat in the city. So different. I don't know what they give us in city to eat. This Garri is very different. Also. Okay, ngane anya ota ka she he Garri na ala Igbo. And mo am mezbote nwa afọ ala Igbo. So, ka ngosi no te she he Garri. So, as a real indigene of Igbo land, I'm not a man that does not know my village. So, let me show you how we fry Garri. So, normally in this part of this world, in this town, they are using broom to fry, but you can also use this to fry if you want, or use a stick. So in other part of Igbo, we use stick sometime, or we use this. So I'm going to switch to this to show you how it's done. So you can switch to this, and then you fry this way. All right. You fry it like this. How you do it with this? With this, then you do it like this. You fold it down, and then you continue frying. So this is what I'm doing. You can see I'm frying this right now. So you switch this, okay, and then this is to remove all the rumples, and then you continue to move it around like this, okay, until it gets dry. Okay, this is how it's done. I'm practically sweating. This work is not easy. All right, so I'm inviting you to come to the village. Those of you that are from the eastern part of Nigeria, you usually don't like to travel home, Abi. Come to the village, come and learn how to fry Garri. You can be surprised that most girls don't know how to do this. And that's not nice. You should be able to learn the culture, learn how those things are done, alright? The Garri is done. So you normally will test it out to see if it's dry. So once it's dry, it's dry. So you want to remove the Garri quickly. So now you have to remove it. But you have to remove it very fast so it doesn't get burned. That's yours. Alright, so this is how it is. Good. Thank you.